So, fine. So first requirement is JDK should have been installed, and then what I would like you to do is open the command prompt, right? So when you open the command prompt, okay, then initially yes, we'll be doing things from command prompt, and you can use an ID once we have learned about packages at least. Right? After that, yes, if so, you would like to switch to using some ID like Eclipse or IntelliJ IDEA, right? That you can do. Okay. Okay. So first thing is JDK has been installed, right? So that's the first requirement. Once this is done, okay, you'll have to use some text editor, Notepad++ or gedit. Fine. What I'm using is gedit. Okay. Fine. The second is okay. Some text editor. Okay. Fine. Examples are gedit or okay. Okay, you can have Notepad++. Okay. And that's for Windows, okay, but yeah, other environment you'll have more options. So as a text editor, yes, these two are good options. Okay. Okay, so then what's the next step? What should we do? First thing, create a folder. Fine. So if you open command, if you open the command cmd, okay. So you should get a command prompt. Okay. So whatever it will show some directory which are already present in. Okay, it will say users and // user / whatever name is there. Right? So there you can create a directory for purpose of this course. Okay. And so fourth thing, yeah. See what I have done here is our batch here is currently Java 2204. I created a folder called Java 2204. Okay. Okay, here's the command. Okay, so that's what I've got from command. Right. I'll just show the directory here. So there's a directory called Java 2204. Okay. Right. So like this, you can give your own name. So create a directory. You can create directory by saying mkdir and whatever the name of the directory you want to create. Right? So you can create any directory. For example, someone can say, okay, Java course or anything, or even someone, you can say class of Java. Okay. And so create a folder for the for this course. You can create one folder. Okay. Here after having created the folder, okay, then change the directory to that folder. Okay, here I am doing it to Java 2204. Okay, this was already done for us here. Okay, fine. So change directory. Fine. Now here we would okay, we would like to create our first Java file. Okay, but again we had seen yesterday, right? From yesterday's experience, what we can do is, okay, let's create the folders where we will keep the Java file, a separate folder for the class files. Okay, so you should do something like mkdir here. Okay, one for src. Okay, I'm going to get an error because it's already existing. Fine, so do something like this. Okay, and another mkdir for the bin folder. So the idea is, yes, we will have two separate folders, one folder for managing all the Java files and another folder where we'll keep when we compile, the output of compilation should go to a bin folder. Okay, so they are folders under the folder for your batch. Okay, so here, for example, here it is Java 2204, and that contains these folders, right? So it has bin folder, src folder. Of course, we got the docs folder because that's because of the java doc command, right? So yeah, when we'll try the java doc command, we should get that also. Okay. Yeah, one more thing I would like you to know here is I actually want to have compile all the email IDs for all of you. Some of you might have got invite. I don't know, yes. 1 or 2 persons. GitLab. Meet invite. No, GitLab. Account for GitLab or invite to. Okay, we can do that here again. Maybe I have missed out. Okay, I'll just put the information here. See, whatever we this file, right? Whatever file I generate here, okay, these all will be available to you, right? And they'll be available, and I'll have to actually send invite to all of you. I'll need your email IDs. Everyone. Invite for GitLab. Okay. So once you have that, yes, you can select that project, and then, right there, you should be able to see whatever is here. Okay. Right? Yeah, you can see this text file which was there yesterday. Okay, as it was yesterday. Okay, so this can be seen. And so this will be updating on a daily basis. Okay, and yeah, you can go back here and go to the src folder, and that's a hello.java we have. Okay, so this was what we had done yesterday, right? So on the CMD, right? But first I would like you to do carry out those practice for. Okay, so fine. Okay, what's the 7th step? Okay, you will change directory to src. Okay, okay, this you have to save in src folder. Okay, save in src folder, and then change directory to src. Okay, of course within this is within your folder for course. Fine, within course you have src, change directory there. Okay, and then try out the command. Okay, okay, so what you should be trying is java c, use -d to specify the destination directory, right? It is at the same level as src, so we'll say dot to come to the parent. Okay, \bin, right? And then what is the file to be compiled? Okay, so whatever that file may have been, right? So anytime you want to compile a file, java file, one more thing, let me tell you, if you have created multiple java files, right, the javac command can be used for compiling multiple java files simultaneously. Right? So you can just use javac and say star.java, something like that. That's also fine. Okay, right, so that's the first command. Okay. And that's for compilation. If there are no errors, then class file will be created, right? Then, okay, so yeah, everyone has done up to this point. Any difficulties? That's our first milestone. Okay, we should be able to compile our source code. So to run the main method, yeah, use the following command. Okay, so that command is going to be Java. Okay, what I can do here is I'll just put something like this to indicate that's the command part. Okay, Java, and we have not changed the directory. We are in SRC folder. Okay, so -cp to indicate the class path. Okay, and dot /bin wherever the classes were, fine, whatever was the destination for the class, and then name of the type. Okay, fine, for example we'll say hello world. Okay, and if needed you can have command line arguments, and you can pass arguments to it. Okay, so first thing is we should at least be finishing how to execute our main method, right? Okay. So main method can be, if it is public static void main, you put it in some, we have those 4 items where we can put it, right? Class, interface, enum, or a record, right? In any of those, yes, you can have a public static void main method. So all 4 places, right? Want to see the content of hello.java, what we had done yesterday? And I'll put it there. And so that's a hello.java bit. See, one thing here, it's not necessary to put this one. Okay, it was just to show that yes, it's a class definition and can be containing multiple things other than just saying okay public static void main. There are other things which there can be other methods as well. Okay, so fine. Everyone is able to do up to this point? No? Created the file, saved, and compiling. First step is compiling. Yeah. That hello.java anyway you should be able to see in the GitLab, from GitLab also. Okay, everything is case sensitive. Okay, and in the Java file, everything whatever you write, that's going to be case sensitive. Fine. Hello.java, yes, you can try your own changes. Fine, if you feel. Fine. Make changes to this. Maybe you want more than one class also, try that. Right? So you have hello world, you can have say, oh, let me have a class called another hello world. And it's not okay. I put each of one from each of the 5 things, right? We have a class definition, we have a interface, enum definition, then we have a record definition. Right? It's just showing the basic syntax for all the 5 types. Okay. And so yeah, so you may be wanting to have more than one class definition, put that, and you're free to do that. Okay. For example, yeah, so if I want to do this, yes, we can go for having another, maybe following this I might or maybe not here, even at the end, the order doesn't make a difference, right? I'll say, okay, let me have a class called another hello world. Okay. Okay, and in here, yes, I might be just putting public static void main, some variable name. Okay, I've used A, let me use B here. Okay, so it's just a parameter name. And yeah. So we could try printf, we could try println. At this moment, yes, that's the only thing we are trying. Okay, or you want to do some arithmetic, whatever we know. We have tried a for loop. Okay, fine. Maybe I don't do anything in this. Okay, let me put like this: system.out.println. Okay, so it's just another hello world. So this thing should be clear now that, okay, a Java file will have 5 items, nothing other than these 5 items. It's used for defining them, and whatever we define in a Java file, when we compile, we'll get a class file. Successful compilation should give you a class file. Okay, fine. And what we can execute from command is the main method, right? Right, which is declared to be public static. Return type should have been void, right? And having a parameter of type array of string. Okay, so fine. It's not like what we normally have in languages like C or something, right? It's much different now. Okay, fine. So a C file, yes, whatever we have, you will have only one main function in that, right? And then that main function is what will be executed from the command. So you get a, when you compile, you get a file which corresponds to one C file. There's one file for one C file. Okay, or rather one application, one executable would be created. It may even be using a reference to other header files and other things, but you get one executable, right? Here, each thing is a fine. Each thing is having a class file for it, and they may be having methods. Okay, acha. Now just one small thing, if you want to, because annotation is something where we cannot put a static method, but okay, we have done something like this. Everyone has created this annotation. Yeah, and compile this annotation. Okay, fine. I think you can just put that this one, or should I? Okay, let's first try it. Whatever we have done, let's see what happens to this. How we can use this. We have not used the annotation yet, right? There's some use of annotation. For other things, yes, there is a main method which we have been using, but annotation doesn't have a main method. Let's see how we might use this annotation. Fine. So yeah, but everyone has finished, then we can do that.
इसमें जब जनरली प्रैक्टिस में क्या होता है कि हर एक क्लास जो हम नया बनाते हो उस टाइप का फोल्डर बनाना पड़ता है, like file बनाने पर.
Okay, yeah. So there is many times, yes, you may come across text which will say, oh, your file name should match the class name. Okay, so that would mean that you create only one class in one file.
Yes.
Okay, that's the case when you want to define a public class. We haven't marked our class to be public. See, I want a class called Hello World, but someone says, I want the Hello World to be a public class. You want to define a class Hello World which is public. Okay, in that case, it's compulsory that you should have a file called helloworld.java containing the public class for Hello World. So what kind of class do you want? Do you want a public class? If you want a public class, then put it in a file with that name. Fine? Clear? So that confusion should be gone? No. Yeah. So for public class, it's a must. And let me tell you, okay, here I have done it like this just to clarify. It's not a mandatory thing, but it's a good habit. And there are reasons why it is advantageous to use file name matching the class name. There are reasons for it. Okay, it's a good idea that yes, you should have file name matching the class name. Here, my convenience, yes, in one file I am finishing everything. Okay, I am able to put all the things in one file. That's the convenience I'm getting. But the other thing has a better advantage. Okay, that is keeping them in a separate file. Okay, fine, and matching the file name with the type name. Okay, fine. So I might use the word type instead of saying class, because we know there are 5 types now. It's not about just a class itself. Okay. Right. So you are defining a type and in a Java file. So Java file used for defining types. 5 kind of types. See, you can shorten your hello world class. We had 3 things in that. You might just put public static void main with system out print f for hello world, right? \r \n, that can be put. So maybe you can shorten that, but if you finished this, right, and you should be getting through the compilation and execution part.
Yes, done. Hello Java.
Right? Okay. Fine. Everyone has done this. No.
सर इसमें print भी use करे तो चलेगा single line पे.
Print means new line will not be there at the end. Okay. Print means add a new line. That \r \n which we were giving in printf, that's getting inside. See, on Linux it would be only \n. Okay. For Windows it would be \r \n. Okay. So println takes care of what it should put at the end. \r is carriage return, \n is line feed. Okay, so it says for Windows environment, end of line in a text file is assumed to be \r and \n. Okay, I'll show you the difference between using only \r \n or using \r \n. Okay, maybe let's see something like this then. Okay, and I'll make a change. Let's okay, we had that interface, right? In interface we have a for loop, and let's use, instead of println, okay, I'll use printf, and okay, plus, yeah, and we'll say \n. Okay, I've not used \r \n. Then \r is carriage return, \n is a line field. Yeah, T for tab. Okay.
ये 2-3 ही है ना.
There are 6, 7. I think there are a few more. Okay. There's one for the bell, \b is for bell. Okay. You know what is backslash here? When I'm saying backslash R, what is backslash? It doesn't give me the backslash character, right? If I wanted a backslash, what should I be doing?
Double quotes, backslash, double quotes, backslash, then backslash.
Okay. Okay. See, okay, it's going to be something like this. If you want a backslash, use it twice. Okay, the first backslash is for escaping. So anytime the compiler is coming across a backslash, it stops. Says, okay, this backslash doesn't mean a backslash. It has a meaning. Otherwise, how will you indicate the character like new line or space? Space is fine. Space can be seen, but a tab. And sometimes visualizing a tab may be difficult, right? Or so any character from our character set. Yeah, we haven't seen about character set. When we look at data types, then we'll come over it again. Okay, this thing, right? Because char is also a data type. Yeah? So yeah, when we look at that data types, yes, we'll see that. But the idea of a backslash here is, okay, whenever it is coming across a backslash, it stops and says, okay, what is the next thing that decides the meaning of? So it's normally going to be combined with one more character. A backslash has to be followed by one more character to give meaning. So we say backslash is a escaping character. Right? It has not to be taken as a backslash. Okay, it just indicates, okay, I have something different. It's not the usual character. There's something I want to indicate about it. So there are many ways this what follows backslash that matters. Okay, so backslash, right, is an escaping character. Okay, because many things can be done. Like for example, okay, what we can do with backslash. Okay, right. Okay. Okay, what we can do with backslash? Okay, we normally use it in double quotes, but may be useful in many places, right? For example, you'll say backslash and single quote. Right? That's for getting a quote, single quote character. But you know the numeric value of in octal for a character. If you know the numeric value of a character as an octal value, the octal value for that, right? You can use that here. You can say backslash 015. What does it mean? The numeric value for what is 015? I'm saying it is octal. That means it is the value 13. Anyway, I think we'll be taking that tomorrow. Okay, this aspects. Right? I think we can cover at that time. Okay, the meaning of backslash, but this is also option. So it's not only that backslash is followed by just one character. It depends. What follows the backslash is a 0. Oh, I understand what it means now. That means I'll have to scan further. Okay, 2 more characters and check what is the octal value and then decide. Okay, how it is to be used. Okay, there's another use of backslash u, and you can follow it with some hexadecimal digits. Okay, for example, I'll say 0905. Okay, 4 hexadecimal digits following a backslash u, and that backslash u is indicating that you are giving a value for a Unicode character. Okay, you want a character and you know the Unicode value of the character in hex. Okay, fine. More about that fine later when we look at the data types. Fine. but yes, you will find a lot of things here. Okay. Yeah.
So it is with respect to like editor or Java program will understand any Unicode.
Yes, Java program. Okay, what goes in a Java file? So we have seen from the point of view of what we can define. We can define those 5 items. But what are the characters what is a Java file made up of? At a lower level, we'll say it's made up of, it's a text. That text is in Unicode. It's considered to be Unicode. Every character is considered as a Unicode character.
तो सपोज नोटपैड में हम ये कोड लिखते हैं तो रन होने पर ये सिंबल
Okay, कौन सा you want that rupee thing?
नहीं मैं ऐसा पूछ रहा हूँ
Okay, you want to try it out now? I'll show you something which you can try out. But you cannot get the output in CMD here because of the lack of the font support for the font. Okay, but you wanted to print, fine. You want to print any Unicode character \u 20b9. Yeah, that's for that rupee. So what will be the output of this?
symbol.
The symbol.
So it won't show in CMD. If we type in
CMD because of the lack of font. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Everyone has done this thing. Fine. Those steps, whatever the steps we were looking for, we are looking for these steps. 8 and 9.
this -cp.dot is to run the main method.
Okay. What is our current directory?
SRC.
Right. We are in SRC. Okay. Fine. If I don't use the -cp and just say hello world, it will be looking for hello world.class where? In SRC. But where is the class? In bin /bin. So with this -cp, we are saying that whenever you need to load any class, look in this folder. Okay, locate your class in this folder. Maybe you have classes in multiple places. There are some classes which are in bin, but there are some other classes which are in lib, let's say. Okay, then you may use colon. Okay, and maybe lib also, like we have SRC, we have bin, we may have a lib folder. Fine, where we have a library. So we'll say /lib. Again, another thing, the classes which we have, right, whatever classes you have got, for our library, you may not keep them all spread out like, oh, all these class files are there. You may create one archive file from it called a zip file. And you may have zipped it. Everyone knows zip, right? Okay, so if you have them in a zip file, okay, so you could have indicated so /mylib, okay, .zip. It's not a folder. A zip file is like a folder only, containing all the files. Yes, it may have been, it's an archive file where the things, so you're asking the Java runtime, load this class, okay, and when you load a class, the class is in turn using other classes. Currently, whatever we have written is also using other classes. It is using the class called string. It is using the class called system. And we can see that. Okay, the definition for string has to be available. The definition for system also has to be available. But those classes are the Java's own library. For that, we don't need to indicate class path. For the Java library, we don't need to indicate class path. Okay, but if we had our own library, we'll have to indicate where it can be loaded from. And so from where we load the class files, right? From where the class files can be looked for. Okay, that's available with the help of class path. Okay, so class path is a multiple path. It's not just one directory only. Colon, oh sorry, semicolon. On Windows we use semicolon. I have a habit of using Linux. So yeah, if it is Linux, you will be using forward slash and you will be using a colon to separate the path. Okay. And it's now I have indicated zip here. Right? Zip format everyone knows, that's why I used it. Okay, but normally when we want to create a library like this for containing all the class files, we would use an extension of jar. We call it as Java Archive, JAR. Okay, so a jar file is similar to the zip file. Extension normally will be .jar, Java Archive. Jar stands for Java Archive. Okay, so yes, class path is for indicating the Java runtime. If you need classes other than the Java library, for Java library we don't indicate anything. These are the places you should search for them, and in this order. First look in the bin, then in that. Okay.
A jar file automatically created.
You will be able to create it with the help of a command or from your IDE. For everything, yes, there is a command. Okay, there is a command called jar command. Okay, many times maybe I don't know, like WinZip earlier, we don't the license used to expire and all such things were happening, right? If you have installed JDK, you can use jar command to unzip from a zip file also. Okay, fine. So it understands the zip. It's exactly like the zip file basically. In the initial version of Java, when we had Java 1.1, okay, that time we had to actually include we didn't have the small CP. It was called class path, but we also had to include a zip file. It was coming as a zip file earlier. The Java's library, we had to actually include our Java library here. Right? But later, yes, in later version, they removed the requirement for specifying the location of the Java library classes. Okay. Yeah, but so entire Java was one single zip file in 1.1. Then it became a jar file later, and they called it as rt.jar. Runtime. RT stands for runtime. Okay, Java 9 changed something there because this file grew to it became very large. Why modules have come? Oh, you know, modularity. I was talking like, okay, we have, fine, when we were looking at the documentation, we say, oh, we have a module, and within module we have packages, and within packages we have these types. Okay, the module concept came from Java 9 to relieve that it should be one file containing so many things. The library has grown fine, it has become very large and it's difficult to maintain in one file because it would searching anything in a large file, locating even the appropriate library, that was also taking longer. Okay. So so it was required that we break it into smaller parts. That's where the modules have come. But yes, to break it also, there's a lot of things which have to be thought about, and that's where modularity was one major project. And let me tell you, this project for putting modules was initiated after Java 5. They wanted to put it in 6, then said, oh, we haven't done all the things required. They went to 7, and then finally it came with Java 9. In Java 8, there was some experiment which was done, okay, which was in the release itself. So we had something like a profile. Okay, so a lot of things have happened anyway. So Java has a very long history. It's more than 25 years now. Okay, and one very strong point about Java, right? Why it has been surviving in spite of so many other languages which have come. Okay, it has, what they have always tried to do is look at backward compatibility. The existing code in a new version should run. Okay, you shouldn't be required to make changes to adapt to the new version. New features have been added. Adapting to a new version shouldn't be a difficult thing, right? Okay, it should be simple. So yes, they have worked all features wherever they have added. They have seen that old things should still work as it is. People shouldn't be required to make changes there, okay, which is not normally seen with other environments. I've never seen the way Java is doing. It's no one else is doing it, maintaining backward compatibility. Okay, and over so many years they have done it. So that's one of the strong points. Anyway, okay, so I'll remove this part, right? That was just an explanation part. Yeah, okay, all of you have done. So anyone else has any questions here? No. Okay, if this is done, fine. We can be trying Java doc, but even before that, let me introduce one more command today. Okay, fine. So yeah, now this is something which has come from, I think it's from Java 9. Yes, it's from Java 9. Okay, so there are some features, and you just quickly want to try out certain features of Java, just to test, right? Before I write a full-fledged code, I have some doubt somewhere, and I would like to just clarify and see what happens if I do this. So we have JShell. Fine, that's a command which will work. So for everyone, yes, this is working. Just check that. Fine. Then you'll be able to get JShell. Okay, fine. So on JShell, yeah, you can try any. It's like a interpreter. Okay, so you can just say, oh, let me just try this. You don't have to write a class now. Okay, system.out.printf. Let me see how I can print today's date. Oh, printf, print formatted. Okay, percentage TC, let me just try \r\n, comma, system dot current time millis. So we have a method by the name current time millis in the class called system. Oh, we have used system already, right? We have used system.out. The object exists in the system class. System is name of a class. So that class also has a method. Like we have a main method, or this has a method called current time release. Okay. So, and on this J shell, semicolon for a single statement is not necessary. Yeah. You can see that output. Okay. And then you know what it does, it creates for whatever, okay, so this printf method actually is returning some object, and that object is of type print shape. It has created a local variable. Okay, fine. So $1, that's the name of a variable, local variable, and you can say /vars to know what all variables have been created so far. The type is printsim, and that's some object. Okay, you could also be trying something like this. The value is a long type. Okay, val1 is equal to current time values. Okay, so fine. If we try this, yeah, it says yes, we have a val1, and this is simply an assignment statement. There was no output which we had asked for, but yes, it will indicate yes what if it is creating a new variable. Yes, we'll get it and we'll see the value. Okay. So this is just yeah. So this is basically created in Java only. J shell is Java runtime, right? It's created in Java. Okay, it's a Java application to give you an interpreter. Okay. Right? /vars. Okay, there are two variables. Okay, we haven't seen, but I'll just put the command because some of you already know about Java. We use an import declaration, right? So here, if I have to use things from a different package directly without writing the full name, we'll need an import. We have /imports command to indicate what all imports are currently available to you. So by default, certain imports it has got, and these are all the imports. So you have a /imports like this. So J shell, to quickly try something, right? I want to try a for loop, yeah? Maybe I've got a string array. Okay, let me give variable name as args equals, and I'm putting like this. Okay, so yeah, we have an args containing this, and that's an array which has been created. And then I want to try that for loop. Okay, there is a different way of doing the for loop which we had done yesterday. We had done it in the old way. Right? When I want to traverse over elements of an array, okay, what is the array name? Args, right? I can do this for, what's the type of the elements in the array? String. Okay, let me give a local variable name for the elements of the array. I'm having a local variable name. Let's call it as name, right? Okay, name is simply a variable name. Right? Then use colon followed by the name of the array. Okay, right. And yes, we can. So this is another form of the for loop. Okay, we want that printf thing. Yeah, so we'll say hello, right, plus name. That's the local variable name. We'll say that in the for. Okay, plus I want \n. Oh, we haven't tried this, right? What happens with the \n? Only \n on Windows environment.
New line.
Yeah, it's only a new line without the carriage return. Acha, in J shell, it's it's shown properly. Okay. Okay. I'll exit from J shell. Here, you have that up arrow for getting the previous whatever commands we have tried so far. Okay. But it remembers the entire history. Okay. Yeah. So if I exit, yes, that history is still going to be available. History of the commands in J shell. Okay. Let's try that hello.java. I think I have made that change in hello.java, right? Put that as \n, printf \n in the hello interface. Okay. There's a println also. I'll just comment it so that we can see. I just want to show you that on Windows, yes, the \r is necessary, quite necessary. We have the hello interface, right? And we are giving command line arguments. Okay, it seems to be showing properly. Many times what happens is if there's no \r, you might find something like this. Hello Tom, okay, next line, but immediately here, it doesn't put the carriage return to go back. Okay. I don't know, like you will see it like a ladder. The output can be like a ladder. You might have sometimes observed that thing. If you use Notepad instead of Notepad++, and you have a file which is created on Linux, that Linux file, it's a text, if a text file created on Linux you open, you may come across this kind of a problem. Because Notepad doesn't understand that there are systems where new line is different. It's only \n. Okay. So yeah, we have problems with editors also. Yeah, but this I think sometimes it does put it that way. The idea is \r is making it a carriage return. Okay, n is new line, but \r is carriage return. Okay. So Windows uses that way. Linux, just \n, line feed is sufficient.
Right. Sometimes when we open Linux file in Windows, it
Yeah.
shows.
If you can use Notepad++, because that understands this. It doesn't do the conversion necessarily, but it understands that, okay, even if I get a \n, I need to show it here. It's a new line for some of the systems. Yeah. It's only about how it shows the thing, right? Okay. And so that's actually a difference. Okay.
Windows, the carriage return is they have taken from the typewriter.
Yeah.
So the typewriter carriage, it has to be returned to
yeah. Yeah.
So they first hit a CR,
yeah,
carriage return,
and then a line feed,
and then they press a line feed, so it starts typing. It has come from the typewriter.
Yes, from the typing systems. Yes. Okay. Anyway, tomorrow we will be talking about characters. Yes. When we look at the data types, the char type, so you'll have a lot of things there. Okay. So any questions here? All of you are trying out whatever we are doing here. Okay. And so any questions you get, or you try your own new things here. Fine. We have So here just single things you can try out, single statements. You can actually, if you require, you can define a function, you can define a method and call it. That also is possible. Small snippets, okay, they are possible. But this one thing, our Java file, I said, oh, it has the syntax. I said Java file has a syntax. What was the syntax? Packet declaration, multiple import declarations, and then multiple type definitions. This syntax, basically, this entire thing, we call it as a compilation unit. Okay, the term used is compilation unit. What they are saying is, it's not necessarily that a compilation unit will be from a Java file. You could have other sources, so they have made it more general. Right? It's not about compiling a Java file. There is a compilation unit which needs to be compiled. So the structure is applicable to a compilation unit. Maybe someone is receiving it over a network, the entire compilation unit, and then it has to be getting compiled. The compiler working over a network. Okay, or maybe fetching things from a database. Right? The source code may be fetched from a database. So this is a compilation, it's not necessarily a file. Right? The term used is compilation unit. Right? So Java file is a compilation unit.
एरर दिखा रहा है यहाँ पर जेशल में दो वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर करके
Huh.
a is equal to 1, b is equal to
Okay, let's see what you have tried.
a is equal to b.
We'll have to have variable type. Yeah, everything has to have a type. It's not like a Python thing. Okay, yeah.
I just remember.
You can do this, suppose you don't want to say int, but give a type, or you can give an indication without specifying the type also I can work. Okay, and that's going to work, see. Fine. Okay, I've used where, right? But you don't just give a variable straight away. Okay. Fine. So what's the type for x?
Yeah.
X. Int. For C, char. Okay. How did it decide? By looking at the right hand side. So wherever from the right hand side it can be determined what is the type, it's not necessary to mention the type. You can just say where. Okay, these are features from, this feature came in Java 10. Use of where. Yeah.
इसमें addition can be this. So can we write now x equal to any character? Let's say b.
X equal to.
Single quote b.
Yeah, that is valid, because char can be assigned into a int.
Okay, so we can,
Yeah.
type will change.
No, type won't change.
Let's see /brax.
It has even U98. Yeah, the type is fixed.
Okay, so once we give.
But what you can always do is, I have declared x earlier as an int. I can declare long x equal to. So this is replacing the earlier x. Okay. I can give a numeric value. Int value can be given and stored in a long, right? So that's fine. The type is long.
change the type, we have to give the type. It doesn't infer the type from the value.
If you have given like this, right? So if I had said where instead of long, it would be int, because then it decides from the right hand side.
So this summation वाला लिखो, इसमें clear है.
किसका?
दो वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर करके तीसरे में हम समेशन करते हैं.
अच्छा, so I can say int, error आ सकता है. What are the types which you have for the two variables? उनका type क्या है? Int.
हाँ, like 1 plus 2 and
int a equals to okay, or let's say a equal to var. Let me put a var here. A equal to 75, where b equals 25, okay, where c equals a plus b. You want this?
no, I wrote it in a single line by semicolon. So
अच्छा, semicolon.
एक लाइन में ही लिख दिया, like a is equal to 75, semicolon b is equal to 25, then in c I wrote a plus 2.
Okay,
So
so
is it valid?
var a, have you said var a? Okay, b equals to 25, semicolon, where c equals a plus b.
Okay. So हर जगह value use करना
Type, everything has to have a type. You can do this, you can say int, okay, a equal to 5 comma comma, then comma, b equal to 7. With comma it is, right? Not with semicolon. Okay, so that's a single statement basically. So one thing, everything has a type. Okay.
This similar int thing I cannot do with var.
Yes, वो where मैंने किया.
अच्छा.
This var is not allowed in a compound declaration.
Okay.
This indefinite.
This one.
Yeah.
Huh.
For var it doesn't allow compound declaration.
Because there are two things, right? There are two. So which one? Type should be derived from the first expression, the second one. Right hand
So
side.
standard practice should be like हर एक क्या क्या where declare कर.
Where से चलेगा? Or if you declare a type, specify the type, specifically given type, then you can use comma and have more variables of that type. Then we say int a comma b, something like that. So with the value also, that's the idea. Okay. Okay, Javadoc wanted to try out, right? Okay. You have hello world.java compiling properly? Now, I know for some of you it might say, I don't find the command called javadoc, but I would like you to try it out first. Javadoc -d ... /docs. In case of Javac, the destination folder is required to be existing first. In case of Javadoc, even if it doesn't exist, it's fine. Okay, it will create the docs folder for me. And okay, I have to also specify minus package since we don't have public classes currently. Okay, and just add one more switch called minus package, and then specify hello.java. Right? Okay. It generates your documentation in the docs folder. Fine. And then you can open the index.html from docs folder. So that you can double click and it should open in a browser, right? Whatever your default browser is. Right? There are not many files which will be generated, but open the index.html there. Okay. Right. You want to add documentation comments now? And then try Javadoc again. Acha, first thing, is this working for you now? Is Javadoc, it's not complaining that it's not a recognized command?
No, it's working, like loading source file.
Okay, then good. For everyone it's working? Just check whether Javadoc is working or not. Because sometimes there is a problem with the path. I'll show you what the problem is. What they have done, I don't know, from Java, which version, 17, 18, somewhere, what they have done, if you look at this path, right, just give this path command, what you will realize is it has used path for, okay, just check this path, yeah, check the path, what do you get in the path?
I installed using MSI.
Yeah, that's fine.
MSI install, it's not setting this path properly.
It's setting a, no, it's setting a path. Let me explain. There's a Java, and then what's the path there?
In my case, the path is going to this common path actually. So
okay,
it's going to
put this,
files.
Change the path to this. This is also there. This folder would be there.
Yes.
Okay, it creates a separate smaller folder with only few utilities only. The compiler and the Java command. Okay, and JShell. JShell is working. Just 3 or 4 commands there. That is a separate folder, and that's what it is putting in the path. Okay, whereas this folder is there. When you install, this folder is there. You should be finding the folder for this. Okay, so path should be properly set. That's the only thing. You'll need to update your path. Okay. So anyone else is finding that difficulty? Javadoc not working? Then update the path.
No.
Achha, so I think the MSI has a problem with me. So this will depend on which version you have anyway. But so if it's working, then it's good.
Looking at the sequence,
Yeah, yeah. See that class path is similar to what is this path command, right? The path is meant for executables. So when you give, when you type a command, right, it needs to load that executable and run it, right? So where should it search for? So Windows environment for the executable thing, fine. It's different from what happens normally on other OS, okay? On Windows environment, what will be done is, it will look first in the current folder also. Okay, it will see if it's there in the current folder, then use it from the current folder. Okay, fine. Otherwise, use the path. Fine. If it doesn't find locally, then it one by one searches in each of those paths. Okay, fine. For class path, when we use the -cp option, if you use the -cp option, then it's not looking in your current path, current folder. Okay, it's only going to look at in the whatever is mentioned in the CP. That list, it's a list, you can understand that now. Just like the path is a list, and even that is also a list. Okay, so try more things. And this should be working. I wanted you to try out the Javadoc thing also, right? So you are able to open the Javadoc command, the index.html, and explore and see. Yes, all the classes are there. Class, interface, enum, annotation, anything which you have put in the Java file, everything appears here, and it is showing unnamed package. Fine, module is package is the unnamed package. Anyway, we'll understand it about it later. But we had seen yesterday whatever we did yesterday. Fine, everyone is able to see that. Fine. Okay, I think then we have done. Fine.
इसमें जावा डॉक कंप्लीट होने पे कुछ आएगा क्योंकि इसमें जनरेटिंग लिख के आता है.
हाँ, एंड वापस से प्रॉम्प्ट आना चाहिए.
नहीं आया. उसके बाद ये पाथ वाला किया पर
No, but you got the. How did you give the path command without the prompt? You got the prompt. I mean this. Okay. Let me show then. Java doc. You are in SRC.
yes, I
Okay.
did the Java doc, then it started generating all the folders and all things.
Huh.
Then I executed the path command.
Acha, path command is okay. This is the path command. That's it. Path has to know about your executable. It has nothing to do with Java thing. Okay. This was only to confirm, that your commands like Java doc, where are they basically? Where is the Java doc command? The exe file for that. Okay, cd / I'll use program files / Java. Okay, / JDK9. Okay, we have 18 as well. / bin. Okay, fine. So we are here, and if you look at the directory, we have all those executables, DLLs, and here should be Java doc also. So all the things are available here. That's the whole idea. So Java is here, Java exe is there, Java C exe is there, and Java doc, Java doc is there. But so many other things are there. Okay, Java P, Java H, there are many things, Java W. Okay, so all the exes which are available here, and they are nothing but lot of utilities part of JDK. Okay, fine. Okay.
फोल्डर आ गया है डॉक्स करके.
हाँ, बस तो डॉक्स फोल्डर में index.html को ब्राउजर में से ओपन करो. फोल्डर्स में से जाके अगर फाइल एक्सप्लोरर से खोलो उसको तो मिल जाना चाहिए. Okay, so next we'll be looking at the data types.